Hello everybody, in this course we're going to go over how I built a system for automating leads for a construction business as an example of what you can do with these types of AI systems. So the idea here is that you have an automatic agent that responds to customer requests. For this business we're using Angie, formerly known as Angie's List, where customers will submit a request. Here I have that sending it to an email where an AI agent will respond back and forth, gather information, qualify the lead for you, and then notify you as the business owner or the sales rep so that you can then go and follow up with them to close the sale. So I've set up the folder system for this using my standard organizational structure, which you can learn in this course as well. I won't go too much into detail on that, but you can learn about that in other parts of this course. So here I have it broken out into a few different key pieces here, and you can see in the leads folder there's some additional folders there, all with different information for how this process works. And Claude helped me set all this up in a pretty short amount of time, but I'm going to show you how it works. Here we have a reference document, which is basically like the brain of the AI. It's its knowledge base in terms of what it tells customers, the contact information of the business, important information. So the service area is this. The phone number is there. Yes, we do free estimates. These are like boundaries and guidelines so that it doesn't go and tell customers things you don't want it to actually tell them. So this is defining exactly the knowledge base that it must pull from in order to respond to customers. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like when it actually replies. Okay, so in our inbox, we have received an email that is telling us that there's a new lead. Their name is Jordan. They want a kitchen remodel, and they left the note that they want to redo my kitchen. So this was a lead from Angie's List, and let's see what happens now. So we can see the agent has already responded to the customer, has left this response. Hi Jordan, thanks for reaching out about redoing your kitchen. We'd love to help out with that. To get a feel for the project, can you tell me a bit about what you're picturing? For example, are you thinking of full remodel with new cabinets and countertops, or more of an update to certain parts? And then let's say that they respond with this, just the cabinets, aiming for a 5K budget. Can I call you tomorrow around 5 p.m.? So I'm going to send that email as the customer, and it's going to go ahead and respond to it so that the customer, has someone there to support them any time of the day, so that they're never waiting for a response. And then you can see just after a minute, it went ahead and responded, said, got it, cabinet update with budget around 5K. You're welcome to call or text the owner directly at this number. This number was defined in that sheet or the document that I showed you here that has all the company information, things that you don't want to tell customers, things you want to tell customers, all the instructions, and then it's left an email response to them. It says I'll also pass along the info so they know what to expect. And then let's say the customer is now satisfied and they're saying, their reply saying, great, thank you so much, look forward to it. I will give you a call tomorrow at 5 p.m. Then it sends that email. And then back on the business owner side or the sales rep, we have an email that says this person is a qualified lead now, saying Jordan in Clarksville wants a kitchen cabinet update, 5K budget, plans to call the owner tomorrow at 5 p.m. And then, you could set this up if you are the owner to receive all of these notifications, or if you have a team of sales reps, you could have them be the ones to receive it, depending on how you structure your business. And then you can see the agent responded again to that. Thank you. You're very welcome, Jordan. We've got you down for a kitchen cabinet update with a budget around 5K in the right there in Clarksville. Talk to you tomorrow at 5 p.m. and the owner will go over everything and set up your free estimate. Have a great day. So the agent can respond to any number of customers, gather as much information as you need, can ask specific questions that you need to ask, and you can set all of that up if you have a specific way you like to talk to customers, specific questions or pieces of information that you'd like to ask. That can all be defined here so that the agent never does anything unexpected and gives you exactly the information you need to then qualify a lead. That way you can call the customer, you have clear information collected from them so that you can then use that to close the sale. So this is just an example of a system that I built. This is a pretty minimal version, but you could roll this out to be as complex as you want to fit exactly the workflow that you have in order to really automate a lot of the processes so that you can scale more efficiently. So this is just an example of one system, but there are so many more use cases of things you can do. So happy to share more information. If you'd like to do a one-on-one call with me, you can request that in this community and we can go over the details of your project. So thanks so much for watching and hope you enjoyed.